And currently on the screen is another look at the Tropical Cyclone Berguitta, and at this point in time is struggling. It's located 216 nautical miles east-northeast of Port Louis, Mauritius, has tracked southwestward at 3 knots over the last 6 hours. This is the latest from the Joint Typhoon Warning Centre. A microwave image shows the low-level circulation centre with a poorly defined microwave eye featuring the intensity of 80 knots. And for Wednesday the 17th of January, welcome to a further update from the Force 13's Australia Oceania team. The total precipitable water loop shows dry air is continuing to wrap into the tropical cyclone, or 06S. Sea surface temperature remains favourable, 27 to 28 Celsius. Here's the latest Joint Typhoon Warning Centre's global position. Their latest track on the system, and look at that cone of uncertainty. Every time I look at it, it's getting bigger and bigger. And the Madagascar region, the southern or southeastern region, is in the cone. However, there's still some uncertainty what Berguitta is going to do. Now here's some other information on the wind field, and the intensity is the scale across the bottom of the screen. There's no doubt that this has changed. Nathan on the Force 13's main channel will continue to put out the latest information, and he is planning to go live as stated. In the live streaming earlier today. Now here's a look at various models. This is starting off with the UK Met. The UK Met is the United Kingdom Meteorological Office. And here's the Canadian model, the CMC. And whilst the South Indian Ocean region continues to be active, the picture could develop with the inclusion of Australia's northwestern coastal region, the Northern Territory WA border, and possibly the Gulf of Carpentaria eastern side of the Northern Territory bordering Queensland. And this is a Canadian model, and when viewing models, caution needs to be applied because the picture does change, and they should only be used as a guide and what's possible. And is the WA coast going to see another tropical cyclone as we head towards the Australia Day long weekend, which is at the end of the month? This is the new Icon model. And again, I've switched back to the Canadian. And for my own personal position, I enjoy doing these video updates, but it can be time consuming. Nathan's more experienced to what I am, but I enjoy looking at all the information and trying to put it into anywhere from a 4-minute to a 14-minute update. And I should also mention that what's helping the South Indian Ocean tropical scene is a very strong MJO pulse, which is tracking eastward across the Indian Ocean region. Now we look at pressure, accumulated rainfall, and again, it's the area in yellow. This is a GFS model. This is the Canadian model, and look at that area that is in yellow. The Gulf of Carpentaria, right across to Cairns, and Cairns has received, I think it's 3 years rainfall within a 24-hour or less period. I will have more to say on that in a future update. The Bureau of Meteorology earlier this morning did issue a severe thunderstorm warning, and they were forecasting 100 millimetres per hour, but within an hour of that posting, the Bureau cancelled. Now this is a look at the eastern region taking in the southwest Pacific. And as mentioned, it's that area in yellow. Rainfall scale in millimetres, right hand side of the screen. The Force 13's Australia Oceania channel is yet to do or undertake a comprehensive live streaming event. Here's the latest Tropical Cyclone Formation Probability Guide, and you can see the areas in blue. Joy Typhoon Warning Center, one of their images on Berguitta. Now we look at the Tropical Tidbits tracks. This is a GFS. The Joy Typhoon Warning Center and its latest advisory on the tropical cyclone indicate that it will change at some point in time to a southerly then a southeasterly track. The Himawari 8 satellite rainbow view, and a wave height was 29 feet, it dropped to 27. Now here's the latest on the total forecast of rain. And it's the area in blue, pink, purple, red. This graphic is made up of many individual models to form the overall picture. And it looks like it's going to be a very wet period for the entire Northern Australia region. Now this is total precipitable water. The scale's on the right hand side of the screen, and what I'm looking at is the area in pink, and it looks like the MAURITIUS region, like Union, anywhere upwards of 7 inches. And here's the 12-hourly rainfall for the far north tropical Queensland coast, taking in Cairns to Innisfail.
You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com, which has had a revamp and is still under reconstruction, but take a look. Also YouTube, of course, if you haven't subscribed, that might be a good idea. Visit Force 13. We're also on Facebook under the same name, of course, and you can like us on there, and you can also follow us on Twitter. Search Force 13, all in text for those. You can also add Force 13 on Skype, or my personal account on Discord, Fool13, at extension 9094.